What do you feel like you learned in there, you know, in going 12 rounds against a veteran like that from Mexico?
Today I learned that you're not going to get the knockout every time. And I wasn't really disappointed. I got the knockout. You know, I went to 12 rounds for the first time, and it felt really good.
You know, on the inside, you throw some combinations that we don't see a lot these days. You know, 7, 8, 9 punches. But is the defense in that range in the pocket? Does that gotta get shored up too when you go back and watch the tape?
A little bit. You know, I just tried to bang it out with him. You know, he had to shorter reach. You know, that wasn't really the smartest thing. You know, my dad in the corner would tell me just go back to the jab. But you know, after I got rocked with that shot to the back of the head, you know, I just wanted to bang it out. So I was fine.
Were you ever hurt in there?
Nah, I wasn't necessarily hurt, but the rabbit punch really, you know, it's hard to describe. It's really hard to describe, but you feel it, like everything is bright and whatnot. But I wouldn't say I was hurt. I got up, banged it out.
I know a lot of guys want that flashy knockout, but do you think a fight like this benefits you more in the long term, given the learning experience you got today?
Yes, a fight like this, definitely, because not only was it my first 12-round fight, it was my first 12-round fighter against a guy with power and a guy that, you know, I couldn't get out of there. So I feel like I would rather have this type of fight because, you know, it's a learning lesson, rather than a knockout and, you know, who knows, I go into the next fight, I didn't learn anything.
So for a familiar face, Shakur, he was live tweeting throughout your fight. So how soon do you want to fight like that?
How soon?
Yeah, very soon.
Next, I hope now that he showed he's vulnerable, it will give him courage to step in the ring.
Yeah.
So I hope that's what happens.
In my opinion, Shakur don't got no power like Rene, so I'm ready. See, it's actually funny. I looked up at the thing and I see the tweet. I was about to start laughing, but I was like, you know what? I said focus.
At what point were you okay with just going 12 rounds and getting that quality work in there, or were you continuing to go for the knockout in those championship rounds?
I say after he, you know, caught me, you know, with the knockdown, I was like, you know what? I want this fight to go the whole 12 rounds because, you know, I wanted to give the fans, you know, what they wanted to see. And, you know, shutout, I was fine. So I think after the knockdown, I was like, you know what? Let's bang it out the whole fight. So.
Coach Shakur actually said you did a damn good job coaching tonight with some training. So what do you have to say to that?
I like Shakur. Shakur is one of the greatest boxers that has ever. I always said that. He's one of my favorite fighters. And I would like to see, the thing with Floyd, and y'all will understand is, he adapts to the person who want to fight like the person. So I need somebody like Shakur, a tank, so he could dig in his bag and have to pull that out, that level. And I want to see how that goes so I can see if I got to work on anything.
All respect to
Shakur is one of the greatest, and that's why we want to fight in the tank.
With Shakur, is it a case of you guys just feel like his athleticism and explosiveness kind of overcomes Shakur seasoning, his experience? I think most people would still think he's more skilled, but he's coming up from 26. So is it that, you know, Floyd's athleticism and explosiveness could overcome that gap in maybe skill and experience, or how do you see it?
I see it because I see him in sparring matches. So I see how he do with Shakur. It's very competitive because Shakur is like a counter puncher, and he's boring because he's a great boxer, defensive boxer. So he need a swarm of somebody like Kid that's gonna put the pressure on him to make the fight exciting. If Shakur keep getting boring fights, his brain gonna keep going down. He needs some Kid, Pitbull, Tank. He needs those aggressive fights.
Did you guys see the DM he leaked where I guess it was after the sparring and you know, Kid was saying you're one of the best fighters I've seen.
At that time, I was 17 years old. And I had plenty of interviews saying that, you know, I thought Shakur was my favorite fighter. You know, every tournament I went to as a kid, he'd always take a picture of me. So after the sparring, it was none, you know, weird saying like, I think you're one of the GOATs, but that has nothing to do with wanting to fight now. I want your spot. So.
Yeah, you want that belt.
That's like if you know, when he was in camp with Tank, now he wants to fight Tank. It's the same thing.
Where you grade yourself today, from A to D, the old school report card?
I know I'm gonna hear it.
See, that was not the game plan.
I know I'm gonna hear it, you know, but me personally, I give myself a B- because, you know, Rene was a tough fighter, you know. You guys didn't fight Rene, you know, it's very, you know, challenging to stand there with someone, you hit him with a 5-piece combination and like, it hurts your hands and it doesn't hurt him. It's like, man, what? So I give myself a B-, you know, my first 12-round fight. I'm happy.
You won.
Senior, what?
Cool, but young fighters, when they get hit, they just want to, and it's like, calm down.
Yeah, after I got dropped, I was like, I want it back.
Your emotions running.
Yes, but we already making a little bit of changes. I might as well make the announcement. Warren Guzman going to be in camp with us as one of the coaches, as one of the main coaches to get him on that level. So we are bringing a world champion coach.
I want to say this. Y'all think y'all playing? Rene busted my cup.
Damn.
He busted my cup. He has some serious power.
He got power.
All right,
That's
last
right.
question.
Kid Austin, Mr. RTB with the Spit Bucket Podcast. You was going to know an opponent who was 20-3, never been stopped. The resiliency that you were able to show in this fight, going to 12 rounds, having adversity, that shows a lot about you. What's your thoughts on your performance and the adversity you went through and how you were able to overcome it?
I really like my performance. And, I want to say to all the haters out there, I showed you I could box. Now, I just got kicked with a good shot on my ear, but besides that, I feel like I put on a boxing clinic when I did. But on to the next. I'm happy with my performance. My first 12-round fight, it's only going to get better for me.
Congratulations, champ.
Thank you guys.
Thank you.
Thank you, George.
That's not my next show.